Our content is intended to be used and must be used for informational purposes only. It is very important to do your own research analysis before making any investment based on your personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you find on our website or podcast and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. What's up, my future one percenters? This is Marathon Money, brought to you by Wincrease.com. And you know what, man? I'm here with Jaron, but I don't even want to do an intro. I don't, man, because I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped that I'm mad. I'm mad because I feel like, and Jaron, step in whenever you want. I feel like we don't get the props we deserve out here. we putting together all legacy teams of stock. We putting together the Kardashian team of stocks. And
that's accurate.
I don't feel like we getting the credit that we deserve. I feel like we the James Harden, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant of stocks. And it's not because we pick good stocks or we know what we're doing. That's not even why. The reason is because we're not afraid. We're not afraid to lose a couple $100, right?
Right. Yeah, for sure. You know me.
And I feel like if you're afraid to lose $100, you need to look at your spending habits. And you need to look at your life decisions. If life has hit you so hard that you're afraid to lose $100, you need to look at your choices as an individual. Now, why do I say that? Because if you think about some of the stuff that let's not even look at the individual stocks. Let's just look at just investing, period. Let's take that November, December meltdown, right? Now I know Jaron, he was making his money on the put side. While me, I was losing money, but because I wasn't in any puts except for GameStop. Which that was going down regardless. But what I was doing, what we were saying on the podcast was, don't be scared. Buy to sell. But I feel like when stuff happens like that, everybody gets scared and they don't want to buy. But that's not really the people that I'm really addressing. I'm addressing the people that, I don't know how long this podcast been running. Maybe 3 years, 3.5 years or something like that. I don't feel like enough people is still in the stock market. Enough people as far as like the minority group. So,
I mean, yeah, I agree. Especially, I still talk to people every day and they ask me, like, I need to get started investing and stuff. And it's like crazy because it'd be like adults, like older adults and stuff. And then, it's like, to us, it's so simple because to us, you just go start a Robinhood account, fund it, and then you're ready to trade. You could do that during a commercial while you watching the game.
Exactly.
But it's like, why, people just don't do it. And like, I swear, like, for the past like 14 months, I got my job in the actual stock market. So I've been on the professional side of the business. And like, you still realize how simple it is for us, but how like people just don't want to understand or even want to attempt it. And it's a big problem. And that's like one thing I've been, I've wanted to address for a long time now. So it's one of my goals for the future. But I think it's still a pretty big problem. But I think you're seeing a lot of younger people actually getting into the market, and it's kind of like that older generation that isn't too technologically experienced, and they don't know you can just simply download an app and then before you know it, you're in the stock market.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know what, man? Man, you the big homie, man. I'm serious. You are. But I gotta disagree with you. No, I agree with most of what you just said. I have to disagree with you on older people. They're not technologically advanced, things like that. That's all an excuse. Because these older people, they got Facebook,
Oh,
right?
that's true.
The same
That's
way that
true.
you sign up for Facebook, you sign up for Robinhood. You give them
That's
your
exactly
name.
what I'll be saying. I didn't even lie. I even say the same thing at work when guys like will ask me, "Oh, like how do I sign up?" Because I just started trading with Webull because I left Robinhood, and I was like, literally, it takes 5 minutes. It's like signing up
Yeah.
for Facebook.
The only thing different is you got to give them your social security number sometimes. I
Yeah,
think you
that's
do
it.
it. Not all the time. You got for
Yeah,
tax
you
purposes.
got to do that.
That's the only. But that's not something you don't know, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing, man. People always talking about, I'm just speaking about the people that I know, in the kind of circle that I'm in. Some of my friends, not really like my friends, but just people, the minority group.
Yeah,
Um, they,
that's a big
they
time.
always talk about, I'm getting to the bag. I want this. You know what I'm saying? The only bag y'all about is a colostomy bag. You ain't about no real
Right.
bag. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
You try to tell somebody like, you know, put $100 in Robinhood. Well, can I lose it? Yes, you can.
oh,
You know,
well, I'm
like,
gonna lose $100. Like,
what are you talking about?
what's he gonna do with the $100 anyway?
Right,
Spend it
smoke
on
it up.
what? Smoke it up, eat it. What was you gonna
Yeah,
do with it anyway? That's why it'd be crazy to me, but I'd be laughing, on people like in the minority circle be like, man, Lil Wayne got so much money, Drake got so much money. I'd be like, man, if you knew what these people, Warren Buffett and Bill Ackman, them guys, man, they laugh at that money. They
right.
throw that's what they spent on their birthday.
They wiping their butt with that money.
Like for real.
And then you
Just
don't even know. Like you speaking about, the people like Lil Wayne, Drake, you don't even know. Man, R. Kelly just couldn't make bail.
right,
$100,000 to get
exactly.
out of
You
jail.
never really know.
Can't even make bail.
Man, them people them people be spending so much money to keep their lives up, to hold up that image. Before you know, as soon as it fall apart, they broke.
Bro.
But people in them, investors and stuff, they not because it's smart. But like you even know me, I fall on kind of both sides of the capitalist, socialist kind of thing. But I'm still I'm always gonna be on the side of you still gotta if you want to have a good financial future, you gotta take control of that. You can't just even I say you can't expect the government to have your financial future ready for you.
Right.
It's still up to you to take advantage, take control of that. And there's it's too easy now. That's the thing. It's too easy
Very
now.
easy. And it benefit, and when everybody gets into the stock market, or not everybody, but more people, and when more people get to the stock market, it helps overall stocks go up, because the more people buy, the less
Exactly.
the less shares are out there to purchase, which means that they're limited, which makes the price go up in general. So you could have
Exactly.
if everybody bought if everybody right now in the United States, I'm just using this as an example. I don't think people should do this. If every person 18 and up in the United States right now bought one share of GameStop would be at like $300 a share.
Yeah, immediately. Because I mean, if everyone, what is like, there's how be 150 million people in the state, in the country. And I don't know how many shares are outstanding, but if you just put in an order to basically acquire the company, that many shares are not available to be purchased. So it's gonna just rocket up until it gets filled. But people, and that'd be crazy to me. People don't really understand how like the consumers don't understand that y'all in the stock market regardless. Everyone's a stakeholder of the stock market.
Right.
Everybody, no matter what you do.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, everybody. That's what I say. Like everyone's a stakeholder. You might not be a stockholder, but everyone's a stakeholder, because when a market went down, the market's supposed to be the leading indicator for the economy. So when an S&P crashes, the economy drops, unemployment goes up, and all that good stuff. So that's the way I look at it. That's why I think everyone should at least have the knowledge.
At least.
At least.
And it's not really hard to acquire the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do more advanced stuff like what you do, Extro, even like I dip into options and stuff like that. If you want to get to more advanced stuff, especially the extra, we talk about like broken spiders and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Like, I just want to know if it's going up or not. But if you want to get into more advanced stuff like that, yeah, you got to put some learning in. But pressing buy or sell,
That's so, man.
that's
How
that,
I if I had a penny for every time I said all it is press buy,
that's
I'd already
all
be
it
rich.
is. That's all it is.
I be telling people it all boils down, like all the research and all the little names and the EPS and all that stuff. It all boils down to buy or sell.
Buy or sell,
That's it. That's what it boils
and
down to.
a little bit of common sense. That's all.
Exactly. Like if you were just in like just looking enough, you saw the iPhone. Oh, big thing. You don't have to know anything about revenue, stocks, anything. But if you know, hey, I would like to invest in the iPhone, just buy Apple and leave it alone. You
Exactly.
didn't have to do no research. You didn't have to learn nothing. All you do is invest in the company.
And honestly, it's easy. It's actually easy to make money in the stock market
It actually
because
is.
anybody can buy a stock and it goes up. You just have to sell it. It's hard to make money
Yeah.
when the stock market is going down.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's when the
why
real skill comes in.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, buy and hold is easy because you just passive, but on the way down, that takes management. That's why last year there was a lot of struggles in the market and in the Wall Street, because when the market is just going straight up, you got to actually actively manage that.
Right, right. And I feel like okay, so when after I do this podcast on Sundays, I post it up and I send it out to our Marathon Money group and chat. I never post it on my Facebook page though, on my personal one, because I know nobody wants to listen.
Right.
Nobody in my immediate circle. I've tried to get people to not listen to this podcast, but just invest.
And you know what? I just came in with a good idea because you said that. I don't mean you guys might actually did this already. I remember if there was one for this already, but if we did, the show, if we do a show where we explain investing simple terms that a 5-year-old can understand, like just a basic lesson, even talk about some stocks, progress through the show. So if someone asks, how do I get started? Boom, episode X.
Yeah, we have not done that. We've tried, I think, but we failed because there's so many things that you almost need to have like a live stream where people can just ask questions, because there's a lot of different things that go into it. You wouldn't be able to follow it to it. I mean, we could get you to the account, like sign up,
Right.
but then after that, there's a bunch of different. It really all depends on someone's their goal in investing. Honestly,
Right. Yeah, that's why I always ask people too. I mean, what would be? I guess the question, the golden question is what's the true hang up? That gets people from A to B.
Losing money. It's possible.
You think it's losing money?
Yes, it's possible
Losing
to lose money. They don't like that. I mean, I've even told my mom, like, hey, you should start buying some stocks. She's like, I could lose money in that. I'm like, yeah, I know you can. Like, but you can also gain money too.
Right. You can. Like remember you were saying earlier about even some losing money. Like I lost a lot of money even at a young age, but even
Yes.
I know, and I'm here to tell people, like, look, you can turn around. You can lose money for years, and you can make it all back in one day of a trade.
You can make that back in 1 hour.
In 1 hour of a trade.
I've had 150% gains on options in 4 or 5 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people scared. You can't be scared to lose.
The only thing.
But I mean,
the only thing you can't get back is time. That's the only thing.
Exactly. That's the only thing you can't get. That's the most valuable asset is your time. But I feel like, I mean, that's just us then. I guess putting the money at risk, quote unquote.
Right.
Is what I mean. You gotta. I mean, maybe like if you tell people understand that, like, you gotta remember, rich people. This is rich people's money too. They're not gonna let it just collapse.
Right.
While they in it. So
well, unless Sears.
Well, I mean, that's you just can't. You can't. You gotta have some common sense.
Right.
Like I'm saying,
right.
like if you invest in like the S&P, like if you invest in the total S&P, like that's not gonna just drop tomorrow 50%.
Right.
Your money is relatively safe. So
You just have
I
to throw
mean,
out that people, when they go to these planners and then, read stuff online, you have to throw in a disclaimer that, hey, you can lose all of this,
right, that's
because
always in
you
there.
can, but,
Yeah.
you're not.
Right, most likely you're not. As long as even if you just diversify some, or just go straight index funds, mutual funds. Like I even say, like, even told my mom, like on TD Ameritrade, they got free ETFs and mutual fund trades. So like you can literally every month or something go in, put a couple $100 and buy like a share of the S&P, or like of the SPY. And it's like that's a great way to start.
Right. Another great way to start is listening to us. I mean,
Right.
you think about, man, Zillow since the first of the year up 39%. If we go back to 3 months ago in December, right, when everybody should have been collecting shares on those sales, up 50%. Man, you talk about people like our boys Keys, right?
Oh yeah.
Up 32% on the year. If you would have hopped in 3 months ago, 45%. You talk about our boys SGMS, right? 60% on the year. If you talk about 3 months ago, when everybody should have been collecting shares, 67%.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
But
and,
the one thing I will say, I'll give some people, I'll give the benefit of the doubt on some point that buying a dip like that's really volatile like that is going to. I would not recommend that for the newer person getting into the market. But once the market does stabilize, like that's what I did. I just waited for it to stabilize some, and then you get in, and I'm still up.
mm-hmm.
I'm still up,
Right.
good. So like, you don't have to be like watching it every day. Like, all right, when do I jump in and jump in now? Like, just say, okay, now the market seems steadier now. Like, you just jump in.
That goes back to it's easy to make money buying and holding, though.
Yeah, buying and holding is the easiest way.
Hitting the buy button, it's easy. It's easy.
Buy and forget.
Yeah, when you're trying to do things, advanced things, timing the market, trading, doing day trades with options, that's when it gets a little complicated. But just putting some money in your account and then just buying something and then, going back to it in a couple months or something to see how it's doing is easy.
Yeah. And then, I mean, people, they even explain to people, if your money's in the savings account, you're losing 2% a year. So you're losing money no matter what.
Oh, you're losing more than 2% a year, especially if you're going off the marathon money portfolio. You lose.
Oh yeah. Well, if you going to talk about opportunity costs, I was just saying with inflation, but yeah, if you go with opportunity costs, you broke. But yeah, if your money is in cash or in a savings or checking account, you are losing 2% a year,
especially cash.
So if you was investing and you lost 2%, it'd be the same thing.
Same thing, same exact thing.
So you already lost 2% because you gambling that. I don't even know what you're gambling on. You gambling money that you're gonna have deflation. I guess that's what you trading. That's your trade. You think it's gonna be some deflation. So, and then honestly, it's not even that. It don't have to be the stock market. You can do, real estate, and like you can do REITs on top of the stock market. And then they have like even guys at my job been telling me like private placement type stuff you can invest in, and these little like these private placement loans you can invest in for like these big real estate projects that like they have all this credit backing, like it's real legit. Like 7, 8, 9% returns for 3 years and stuff like that. It's like that's all it takes.
That's when you invested in other people getting loans, right? You forking over, you basically loaning people money but making an interest off of it. Is that thing?
Yeah, it's like the syndicate type loans for like big projects and stuff.
Yep.
And like that's another vehicle.
So many, man. But I feel like the easiest is just stock market.
It is. I think so too. I think it's definitely the easiest, especially because you can just buy and hold like an ETF.
Yep. And with zero commissions now, like you said, Webull, Robinhood.
Exactly.
I think Chase has one where you get 100 free trades a year. I had mentioned that on a podcast before, and I said that wasn't true. I forgot to update. I went to Chase a couple weeks ago, and opened up a new account, and then they asked me if I wanted a investment account, and I was like, no, I mean, you got to have 100,000 in there in order to get the free trades. They're like, no, you don't. And they showed me, maybe I was on the wrong one or something, but you can't. I mean, that's another one. Pretty soon, everywhere is going to be free.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be, or yeah, because like TD Ameritrade, it doesn't make any sense. I guess I can't trade with them, at least stocks, because I can't pay $7 a trade, $7 a trade when I can go pay nothing a trade.
Exactly.
That's just financially irresponsible. Yeah. But no, don't let Extra hear that.
He loves Ameritrade, even though Ameritrade has the best. I feel like out of all the tools I've used.
I trade my options. I still do my options through there because I only pay $1.25 a trade. But equities, no.
I'm sorry at Ameritrade because I tried to get my stuff down. They keep rejecting me. I'm still paying $150. I'm still paying $150.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh. Yeah, I got mine down to one. I mean, because I'm pretty. Wasn't it you who said like they'll match Tasty Trade or somebody like that?
No,
Tasty Works. Somebody said they'll match Tasty Works because Tasty Works is $1 out, but it's free. I mean, $1 to buy and it's free to sell.
That wasn't me, but I did hear that in our chat, and so that made me go to Ameritrade and I sent them a message, and I was like, "Yo, I'm paying $1.50 per option. Can I get this down?" They said, "What do you want to pay?" And I said, "I want to pay 50 cent. 50 cent trade." But somebody said they was getting that though. And so
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
And so then they said, how much more money you gonna put in here? I'm like, yo, I've already got like a ton of money, you know what I'm saying, in here.
Yeah.
But, you see me trading options all the time. Like, I'm not winning all of those. I gotta have some dough in here. What's up?
They try to keep their legacy commission system alive.
Yeah. And then finally they came back like, hey, we reviewed how many. I don't know. I guess they said they reviewed my trading patterns, and my commission schedule is correct. I'm like, yo, if I trade a ton, wouldn't you want to like lower my commission so I could trade more?
Right. That's what. Yeah. Because like even on Robinhood, you overtrade because it's free.
Because
it's too easy to trade
right.
almost. Yeah. It's too easy to trade. It's like a video game.
That's funny. But that's true though. I don't know.
It's true.
I don't know what's up with that, but that's more advanced stuff. Sticking with like the minorities, man. That's one reason why I wanted to do this podcast, was because I just got tired of talking to my immediate circle about stocks and they didn't want to do anything about it. So I wanted to reach out to a circle that I'm not in, which is, I don't know, out in podcast land somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I'm reaching people because I get messages all the time from people saying, hey, bought this, I bought that. But it's not enough. It's not enough. This is free money, man. It's like free money. And anything, you could almost, when we mention a stock on here, you could almost guarantee you at least going to get 20%. After that, I can't, that's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, take the profit or not. I mean, I'm in, like, people, like, if you're listening, like, I'm a research associate, and like the picks here, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, they're just as good. Like, if these same picks were being sold in my job or like on Wall Street, they'd be paying hedge funds be paying a lot of money for these picks, because I mean, when you're accurate like this is valuable. If you can do 10%, if you can do 10% a year in a portfolio, everyone on Wall Street will give you money.
That's excellent
to invest.
That's excellent.
So the fact that picks, Teladoc, all those stocks, Teladoc, who else? There's a million. Square, Keys. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
all of these that we mentioned, this ain't even in, like, we're not even in March, and most of these are up over 50%.
Yep.
Jaron just said 10% a year.
10% a year will get you there. That's success. So 25, 30, 45%, that's That's astronomical.
I'm challenging Kramer to a stock off. I
Oh,
don't think he can beat
that's
me.
over already.
He
Don't
can't beat
even.
me.
You don't
Or us.
embarrass
He
him.
can't beat us.
No, no, you can't. That's crazy. We should definitely be more popular than that money. I don't care.
And I guess it's not really about like, hey man, more people should listen to us. More people should comment on our podcast section on like Apple or Android. It's not about that. It's about like people just buying. You know, like Friday when everything was going up. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm in the chat pretty hyped because almost everything I had was up
Right.
crazy. Like, I didn't feel the excitement in the chat. And why? Well, I'm serious. And it like disappointed me. And why didn't I feel the excitement? Because people listen, but they don't act.
Yep.
And if you're not gonna act, it's like, dang man, you missing out.
I'm saying like right here, like, and every day you see like these stock groups that charge. I mean,
Yes.
like people don't understand. This group would any other place would be like at least $80 a month to be in this group.
Yep.
Like we give away picks all the time. We always answer questions.
People always asking about charts. Yes.
We explain option strategies. We explain. But people always ask, well, do you like it here? Do you not? We explain do we or why or yes, no. Like we give all the information. We always here to talk. Like this group chat would easily be at least $80 a month.
We're doing it for free.
We doing it for free.
We the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of stock groups. We doing it all free.
That's it. It's free.
We Bernie Sanders of this stuff.
Charity. Man, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. And like I'm saying, I'm a testimony. Like I'm saying, I work in the market. Professionals don't even do this well. Like some analysts don't do this well. Granted, it's a little different because the dynamics of the business is a lot different than just picking stocks on a podcast. But
right.
But at the end of the day, what it come down to? Buy and sell.
Yep, that's all it is. Buying and selling. And I have to say, man, I'm hyped / mad on this podcast right now. And now I'm hyped / mad. Well, I'm not even hyped. I'm mad at myself right now because we got Jaron on this podcast and I done took up about 28 minutes. And I didn't even give him no time to share his knowledge. Man, don't you got your Series 65?
7 and 63.
He got everything.
Right now, yeah. And I'll be going for my CFA. I'll start for that in the summer.
So this dude, I'm over here ranting. I ain't even let him talk. Like,
I agree because look, I'm not all that big on all the formal stuff and all that. I'm big on I just want to see everyone win. So I would like to see minorities invest more. That's all I want to see. A Series 7, all that good information, I can tell you that all day. I can tell you, you should do this at this age, and you don't recommend this, and you should do this for tax purposes. I can recommend all that all day. But at the end of the day, just at least buy the S&P. That's all at least buy the S&P.
Right, which is SPX, right?
Or SPY, the actual ETF.
Okay, yes.
Just at least buy the S&P.
What about the NDX?
Actually, part of my portfolio is a 3 times levered NASDAQ ETF.
Okay.
But any of them. But I just said S&P. That's the most simple, basic. I don't know what to tell you if you can't buy the S&P. I don't. Just forget it if you can't do that.
And people will say like, well, how do I do it? It's like, man, we here to answer the questions, but some things you gotta use Google for. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm sorry, but like, and you don't have to use Google. If you just download the app, they tell you every step. They tell you what you got to do. And it's even simpler now because on the apps now, when you do your bank account, you don't even put your numbers and stuff in. All you do is sign into your online banking now.
Yep.
So you don't got to do no extra stuff. It's already there, just like your online banking. Like it don't take no effort, no time, and before you can be in the stock market Anyone on this podcast right now can be in the stock market Monday morning.
Monday morning.
Flat
That's
out
it.
Monday
You
morning.
you can grab a Robinhood account and you could deposit, $100. It won't go through, but they'll still let you trade it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right,
it won't go through.
exactly.
Not
They
that you
give
don't
you the
have the
credit.
money, but they give you the
Yeah, they
credit.
give you the credit for it, and then they'll let you trade it immediately. You can go buy yourself, first share of Square, and be done,
Anything,
and come
anything,
back tomorrow.
anything
Like,
except don't buy Blue Apron, GameStop.
don't, yeah, Sears. Don't buy none of that stuff. But I mean, if you just type in SPY. And that's all. And the crazy part is like legally because of my like licenses and stuff. That's really like all I can say is actually I can't. I'm really not to recommend no stocks.
But that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's all you do is just you go in there, you type in what you want to buy. You don't even have to know the ticker number. All you gotta do is know the company name, Apple. Just
exactly.
It'll come up.
Yeah, you don't have to do that anymore. You don't even have to. All you got to do is type in the name, and then you saw E-Trade like. I mean, it was a while ago, but like E-Trade, they was making it so like if you see a product, you can like scan the barcode and it pull up the company.
They making it too easy.
All this, it's too easy.
Too easy, and people still got excuses out here, man. I'm tired of it. Even though I don't hear excuses, I feel them though. I feel them, man. I feel excuses.
But then you know what though? I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of the stuff these companies be doing is part of the problem. Like, look at Kraft Heinz on what they did on Friday. Like, if that's supposed to be a safe stock that your grandma been holding for 100 years, and now look, it's down 30% in one day because they, on some trash because they want to.
Accounting is messed up.
Accounting issues, and then got SEC subpoenas. So I say that's one thing. That's why I can understand some people like, well, this happened, that happened. But at the end of the day, if you bought the S&P, you wasn't down 30%. You was up 2%. Yes, on Friday.
That's another problem too, man. I want to try to wrap it up. We going a little bit long, but that's another problem too. I see. So you said that, hey, man, Kraft, that's a stock your grandma been holding for years. Like at some point, you got to sell this stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? You can't hold it forever. If you gonna hold it forever, you might as well not have bought it because you ain't never gonna see a gain. You gonna see a paper gain, but you're not gonna realize that gain.
Yeah, you should always have some kind of
exit
strategy. Or at least, because the thing is, people want to hand it to the kids, go in a trust, and then it can't be touched and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the crazy thing though, if you've been holding Kraft for 100 years, you up like 1,000,000% anyway. So
that 30% drop doesn't really matter.
So it really ain't make no difference. But just saying, like if people get in like now, it's like what happened in like stamps.com and stuff. But but if you don't want to if you don't want to take that risk, you can diversify yourself into 500 companies with a $250 investment on Monday morning.
Yep.
Like that's what you can put 50 cents. Theoretically put 50 cents in 500 different companies. So you ain't got to worry about that. So if it go one stock on 30%, you lost like 15 cents or like a nickel.
Yep.
Everything else went up. So if you worry about the losses, diversify. If you're not worried about the losses, you can get a little more specific and try and go for some, bigger results. But I'm with you on everything.
I'm glad somebody is, man. So tell them where they can find you on social media, man.
So I just have a Facebook. You can find me. My name, Jaron Campbell on Facebook. I'm in the group chat every day. I'm always answering any questions, options. I've experienced options, futures, equities, bonds, everything. Well, I haven't actually bought bonds, but I have, some experience with my training and stuff. But I've experience in all of it. Cam's has experience in all of it. Extra has experience in all of it. Kenny has experience in all of it. So anyone has any questions, we here to help all day, every day.
All day. Find me at Camboni11, Twitter, StockTwits, whatever, Instagram, anything, man. So hey, I'm begging y'all once again. I do this like twice a year. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
Begging y'all once again, just take your income tax money and like take $100, man.
Yes, at least. Just God, dog.
Just take $100 out your income tax and get SPY, right?
Yeah,
Okay. I
SPY.
don't know
Just
why.
drive
Why do I call it
SPY.
SPX? Is there
Because I mean
SPX?
the SPX is the ticker for the actual index.
Okay. All right.
So that's why you can't buy the actual index. You got to buy the
Right.
ETF.
Okay.
So,
All right,
but that's
man.
what you got to do. So
Till next week. Peace.
peace.